Hey Wayne, how are you?
I'm very good, and I've got the same blue shirt on.
Yeah. Mate, so it's actually Wayne's Botanical Gardens just out of Broome, which is about 33 k's, something like that?
Well, we're 12 mile, so we're 20 k's, 12 mile. Yeah,
okay, in Imperial.
So we're still in the old Imperial, yeah.
So
And there's
I met Wayne at the markets a couple of weeks ago, and I was just fascinated by his character and what he sells. And I said, you know, can I come along and have a chat with you? And I didn't realise he's got quite a big garden. It's massive. And look, this is how it started, Wayne. So you explain with these pictures.
yeah. Well, there you go. That was the tallest tree on the block, and it's a Darwin box. And you can see the nappies on the line. So we had one child that was maybe 3 or 4 months old. Well, maybe 6 months, 7 months.
Okay. And what year was this?
This is 89.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So he would have been what?
He was coming up to 1, and I.
So he was born in '88.
He was born in '88. Yeah. He's a dragon. Yeah. And I tell people a joke that he was eating all the shell grit, which was on the floor, and he wasn't laying any eggs. So I put a cement floor down.
No, all right, mate. And this is where it was.
And that's the coconuts, and you can see the back there, and that was the passion fruit, and the house is basically here. So when you go to this one, this is standing on the fence, and that's the tall tree I was talking about there, the Darwin box, and that's the sheds, and they're the coconuts.
Wow.
And then this is from the fence looking across, and you could see the neighbours.
Heavens.
Yeah, there was hardly anything, and there was a bit of bush, and there's a couple of little mangoes there which are huge now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a look at this fruit you've got here. But so that was it. This is where we are now. That's amazing, isn't it? And hopefully we'll get the drone up later so we can actually see the canopy as well.
Well, you can see the bamboos too. The bamboos are really magnificent.
Yeah. Well, I reckon we should go and have a look at the garden, mate. Or we can't call it a garden, the botanical garden. What you've got.
Well, I'm lucky I've got a good mate who gives me lots of plants.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Wayne, we've just come to the edge of the property now and we've got some baobabs here.
Yeah.
But also too, we've got this magnificent mahogany tree.
Yeah, it's from Africa.
So it's actually seeded from Africa.
Well, they've been planted up north, but one of the problems with them is they often fall down, or they'll drop a limb, and you can't really see how big the limbs are. But the limbs are as big as a tree themselves. So that other one up there, they're both the same age. This one had competition, so what he did was he grew tall. So I've nearly got 6 to 8 metres of straight wood there, which is quite phenomenal.
Wow.
And they're grown as a tree crop.
Yeah.
And this is a seed, so there's a shitload of seed. And they're actually growing them commercially in the territory.
Okay.
So you can imagine 100 hectares of these.
So what do they use those for?
Wood.
Seeds?
Oh, the seeds. No, seeds just grow. You know.
Right, okay.
I'm not sure whether they're edible, yeah, and look, and it's so big it's dwarfed this baobab.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the baobab's tiny. Yeah. We have people come here to get photos in front of the bamboo wall with the baobabs for wedding shots.
Okay, and just to let people know from the southern states or the UK that these trees are not dead, they're actually deciduous.
They're deciduous, yeah.
So with it being the winter now up in the Kimberley...
Yeah, they've dropped their seed, and dropped their leaf, and you can see a few seeds. Last year they had more seeds, that's the seed there. And that's what the Aboriginal people carve.
Yeah, we have one of those.
Yeah, they do. It's a pity they're ephemeral and that they won't last. And I've tried to say, take a photo of them, and then you've got them as a digital image.
Yeah.
So no, they're a magnificent tree, and I love them.
Fabulous.
Yeah, and we planted these out in 1990 on the front verge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah,
50 years old.
30 years old, yeah. Without retic.
Yeah.
Yeah, no retic.
So mate, this is a fantastic example of a mango tree.
Yeah, it's a beautiful tree, and these are what they call Kensington Pride or Bullock Heart. This is a big mango, KP.
So you can just see it's starting to flower, isn't it?
Yeah, and the flower will get more, and then it'll drop off, and then it'll be this all flower underneath the tree.
Okay, and what's the sort of from this stage here to when they're ripe or they're ready to pick?
Well, you can't even see them formed yet.
Yeah.
At a later date, these will form little mangoes, so you might get 4 mangoes out of that,
Okay.
or at the best one. But
Yeah.
they don't hold everything. It's like nature. It's prolific.
Yeah,
It always
so-
has more than it needs.
So what, 3-4 months?
In 4 months there'll be mangoes here. They'll be on the ground. They'll be ripe.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and the bats will come in.
Okay.
Yellow coconut. They're a very nice coconut.
So these are the coconuts up there, and wow, how many coconut trees have you got?
Oh, I used to have 40. I've probably got more now because you got them here, and I'll put them in pots, and
Yeah.
you leave it there, and they they grow.
I guess you don't get up there and get them down, you just wait till they fall.
No, I've got some European feral mates that want to come out here and climb them. They're selling them in town at the markets.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they're quite nice guys.
Yeah, fantastic. They are tall.
Yeah.
Great.
He was from Gothenburg. I said,
Oh, right.
is Batman there?
Swedish. So Wayne, these are actually jackfruit trees.
Yeah.
You've got a number of these throughout the park or in your garden, and these are just amazing. I mean, these remind me of the durian in Asia.
Yeah, the
But
durian
are they?
has a bigger prickle, and they don't grow as big. These are the biggest fruits in the world. 46 kilo is a record. That's probably a 6 to 7. I've picked them at 22 is the biggest I've ever picked, and that's a big fruit. And you can see they're starting to get a yellow. There's a bit of a yellow tinge, and they're flaring. When you see the flaring, that means they're close to being ripe. And you also, the stalk is the other thing you go on. You can see that's got brown stalk, whereas this is still got the green.
Yep.
So getting them to pick them right is the odd thing. And what amazes people is how they just grow out of a tree.
Yeah, I just can't believe they're just coming straight out of the trunk here. That's
They just grow out of the trunk. And they're renowned for also dropping limbs.
right.
Yeah. There's a male and a female. That's the male, and he drops off.
Okay.
And then if I was being good, I'd come around and cut that off because it's buggered, it's dwarfed.
Right.
So,
okay, so that's a female. It's growing too.
Yeah, and it's split, so it's a retard. It's a bit
Yeah.
bit
okay.
twisted. So, and then you've got so there's a lot of different types of fruit here, and there's the big guys and the little guys. At the time, I just got whatever I could and grew them.
So
so-
that's a different variety to this one.
Yeah, they're there, and there's a different one there.
And
So-
do they taste different or?
Yeah.
Subtle difference.
There. There's one over here which is the best. It's the bee's knees over on the other side of the bamboo.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is your papaya here. This is just a
That's
small
he's just a small guy, and he's raced for the sun because if he's in full sun, he'll be much lower.
Right. Okay.
And once again, he hasn't had any rain for.
So this is where they start.
That's
to
starting to come off the tree, yeah, and that was where there was one before, these bulbs.
Okay, so that's like a little fruit there, isn't it? That's
Yeah, that's the first fruit, that's the male. And if we come around the other side, it's doing the same thing there. And this has quite a lot, and you can see all the small fruit.
Jeez. Wow.
Yeah.
And how long does it take that?
They're about 3 months again. They're all about 3 months to do their stuff.
Gee, that's pretty quick, isn't it?
Yeah. And they can actually throw a ton a year. And I went on a ton a year, but I never got a ton. There was no way.
What are they a kilo, mate? They're about $8 a kilo.
$8 a kilo wholesale. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So this is turning into a bit of a Thai sort of.
Well, I've got a lot of herbs here. I've got a lot of herbs.
Galangal.
Yeah, galangal, yeah.
So you use the actual roots. Of
The
it,
roots of this, you dig it up, it's red, yeah. It sells for about $18 a kilo in the shop.
and that is beautiful in Thai food, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's tall. That's getting more water, that guy there.
That's one there too.
Yeah, that's them there. And they have a beautiful flower.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah. And then here is a heliconia, the big flowers I have. And look how tall they are. They're close to 4 metres.
Okay, so it's like the bird of paradise plant.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Look at the colours in these.
they're beautiful, aren't they?
Absolutely stunning colours.
Yeah. So I've got quite a few patches of both heliconias, and up the back when we get to the other one, I'll show you the cardamom. The cardamon's just gone crazy.
Mate, this is your, I guess I call it a bit of an orchard. But this
Yeah. Papaya patch. Yeah.
is papaya patch.
Yeah.
And are these different varieties here, or?
Well, I've tried to keep my, I've tried to run my own varieties.
Yeah.
So these are all pretty similar looking. Some of them are a little bit bigger. And then in the other patch at the back, I've grown smaller ones.
Okay, and these, how can you tell when these are ripe?
You'll see the colour. They'll get colour in them.
So they're green at the moment?
Yeah, you'll see a little bit of yellow come into them.
I think that signifies, yeah. Right.
That's they're about to ripen, and if you're too late, the birds have eaten them. So I'm on top of these. There's nothing here that's ready to go.
Say what, they don't half grow, don't they?
Yeah, oh, they love it here. Papaya are very quick growing.
And you grow two varieties. You go the Thai variety, which is red, and the other one is yellow, yeah?
Yeah. I've got the long red ones, but I've also got a short red one, a little squat guy. Yeah.
Now you mentioned also you've got some cardamom seeds, or sorry,
Cardamom plants, yeah, and they've gone ballistic. That's those leaves there. There's the Jap pumpkin. These are cardamom. Now I saw them in Sri Lanka, and it was just one individual plant. I've never seen them like this. And in Sri Lanka they had the seeds around the edge, so maybe I've got these too close, I don't know.
So have you had any seeds from them at all, or?
No. They've only been in a year and a bit.
Size of them?
Yeah.
Well, there's no slivery things in here, mate.
No. I got green tree snakes. They don't bite, they just hiss at you.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, and they're the heliconias.
Okay.
So you can walk through here if you want to. Just hit that leaf.
Thank you.
There you go. I should have had.
Real jungle in here.
Yeah. And look at the colour of the heliconias. And see, that's how big they were when I put the cardamom in. They were just babies.
So that's cardamom there too.
That's cardamom there, yeah.
Oh, they must love it here, mustn't they?
Yeah, they're obviously doing well, and you can see there they've just gone.
So wow, that's a really nice plant, isn't it?
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Heavens.
And that's what I'm saying. Look at this height. They're pushing 4 metres. They're just.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to get some more colours.
What's this?
It's called moringa,
Right.
miracle tree. It's used in salads.
Okay.
It's fantastic antioxidant. It's like a superfood.
Wow.
And they also have a drumstick, and they use the drumstick in cooking. But there's none here, the seed pod, so it hangs down. They use it in stir fries, right through Asia.
Okay. Wayne, what's this? This is amazing. What's this sort of tree?
This is a curry tree.
As in curry.
Curry leaf.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a culinary curry leaf. And the smell is just,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's beautiful.
Very potent.
And he shifted his camp.
This is a bowerbird nest.
This is a bower, yeah.
Okay.
And he's had several bowers in here. Normally you see the remnants of the last one, but that's him hissing at us saying, get out of my place.
Yeah, I bet he is too.
But he loves white, green and silver.
Yeah, you can see he's got his glass
So
there.
if I'm ever after a tech screw, I'll come down here and say, oh yeah, that's the one I need, or maybe this kind. Hey?
So he just collected them and brought them
He
back.
just brought them back here for his girls. A rivet, you want a rivet? A marble, a bit of retic fittings, some silver paper shell.
Yeah, listen to me, he's getting angry with you, mate.
Yeah, look, that's a better tech screw, look. And yeah, we've got a good collection.
Heavens.
Yeah, and washers. Year's growth.
So Wayne, this is a
Bombax. I think it's Sebia, but don't quote me. I'll have to.
so
I'll
this
have
is a
to.
rainforest.
A rainforest tree, yeah.
And where's this originate from?
Africa,
Okay.
yeah. And see the spikes?
Yeah.
There's one in Kununurra. Apparently, it's a huge tree in the park in Kununurra.
you
So
want-
that's a year's growth. That's phenomenal.
That's big.
That's what 1, 2, 3. It's 5 metres at least.
Heavens.
Yeah.
So these plants here are cotton.
They're cotton, yeah. Pesticide-free cotton. Cotton's renowned for having a hell of a lot of pesticides on it.
They do destroy the environment.
Yeah.
Well, you just said this is a weed, but I
Yeah.
just crushed that.
Yeah, what you need is a still.
Oh, it's
Yeah, and
it's
it makes
lemon,
the most
isn't it? Lemon
amazing.
basil.
Yeah, lemon oil.
Oh,
It's very strong.
beautiful. So this is
It's
a weed.
it's a weed, a bird's-eye chili weed, yeah. So the birds eat them, they just come up everywhere. Anywhere there's water, you know.
Well, I'm thinking, planning permission for a Thai restaurant somewhere along here.
And they're the bitter melons I was growing. These are the Indian. The Indians love this kind. And I also had a snake gourd here, which is a very nice fruit. And if you look there, They're all the snake gourd fruit. And
That's big in Sri Lanka, isn't it?
yeah. It's big in India too. It's a beautiful. And I've already got 300 seed from just what. And for $4, you get how many seed? I think you get 4 seeds for $5.
Wow.
They make alcohol out of them.
So what are these called?
Borassus palms.
So these are native to Thailand?
No, they're native to Asia, and I think, I'm not sure about Africa. I'll have to ask Tim. Tim brought a whole lot of exotics into the place.
Okay. And you say people in Thailand, they make custard out of these?
They make custard, yeah, they make a custard out of them when they're a bit bigger.
These are the seeds, obviously.
Yeah. These are dry. They need to be bigger.
Okay.
The seed can get about that big, yeah.
Well, let's have a look underneath and just have a look up.
Yeah. And what they do is, see the seed pod up there?
Yep.
They'll put a bag over it and cut it off, and all the sugar comes out. Wow. That's how you make your toddies, your alcohol.
Okay. That's big in Sri Lanka, actually.
Yeah.
So I will tell you what, we'll like to come up there with these raised.
Oh,
sharp,
no.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're a beast. To do any work on them,
Yeah.
you want gloves on.
Yeah.
But look at the girther, that's just one massive tree.
It is. Look at this, is like this is paper, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's the original paper. They used to write texts on these. Obviously, these are dried off. They'd probably get them when they were greener.
Yeah. These are the Thai eggplants, aren't they?
Yeah, and this is a speciality in a dish the Thais make. And you don't have this one, you don't have the dish. So it's a baby eggplant. It's bitter.
Yes, I've tasted them in Thailand.
Yeah.
I've never seen them over here before. They're not growing anyway. So.
Yeah. I bought a mate here and said, "What's this?" And he said, "Oh, look, it's a member of the potato family, definitely. See the flower?"
Yeah, they're like potato flowers, aren't they?
Yeah. Because they'd come up on my block and... This is my best tasting tree. This is just... Yeah. You have it and you go, oh, God, it's like heaven. Hey? I reckon that one over there is pretty close.
So what's this?
This is called pandang. And they make sticky rice out of it. Yeah. So the flower the leaf just smells beautiful, and they wrap the flower, the leaf in the, and it's a pandanus.
Yeah, it's sweet, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got a beautiful smell. It's that rice. It's that rice smell.
Oh wow. Beautiful.
That's another galangal, but that's a small variety of galangal.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that stuff would be like little knobs of ginger, but shit.
Oh well, that's a smaller one. That's a smaller, but the bigger one is the big guy, like a ginger. This is
bamboo.
This is bamboo. This has got a guarantee of 120 years on this one. My mate Tim again got it for me from the Botanical Gardens in Darwin. So it's a seedling. The seedlings will grow for 100 to 120 years. So this is Dendrocalamus giganteus, bucket bamboo. It's 30 centimetre circumference. Now the conditions are not optimum here, but that's starting, you can see there, that's starting to get a bit of width. But they can grow to 30 centimetres.
Wide.
So yeah, if I had all the manure from the cattle yard and a heap of water, and watch out, they're very prickly. This mob scratch like nothing. So see all the laterals coming out there?
Yeah.
And they are razor sharp.
Heavens.
So I'll go through my secateurs and cut them all up so you can...
All the scaffolding to make this one.
Oh, this is a lot of beautiful wood. Yeah.
Oh, that's a magnificent specimen, isn't it?
Yeah, and we get a lot of butterflies around here. Crow butterflies, they're beautiful.
So all we're missing.
See him there?
Yeah.
And it's...
These panda bears.
Yeah. I don't know whether they eat this one though, that's the only problem. They only eat a certain bamboo. Come down. Reaching. There you go. Oops. Yeah, watch the prickly buggers too. Everything here's got a prickle on it to defend it. There you go. Have a smell of that. You can't get the smell on the camera, but yeah, it's strong, isn't it?
Oh,
makes the most amazing bloody marmalade. Yeah, yeah. So you can see that's just loaded. That's just loaded. Yeah.
This is black bamboo, Wayne.
Yep, it's beautiful. It has a green stripe on it, and I've got two different varieties, but you know I'd have to go and do my research to remember what they were.
It's like polished furniture, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Fantastic.
So we'll walk.
What variety is this one?
Oh, I can't remember the name.
Definitely a lot paler, isn't it?
It's just a beautiful colour though. The colours in this are just gorgeous.
Variegated.
Yeah, and there's a variegation in it, yeah. Yeah, and there's another one over there which is pretty... This is the other one he gave me. This is a climbing bamboo. And he said, Wayne, it'll never grow down here in Pemberton. Take it back, Pemberton's pretty bloody cold. Yeah. And then through here, we've got New Guinean. This is a New Guinea bamboo. And I tell you what, that's bloody impenetrable. If you want to keep people out, you put that around you. And I split it in two.
And how's this?
This is maybe 20 years old, 15, 20. I just, while you're between things, I've been into this one, just getting the wood out. So this is some of the timber I'm going to use to make. It's beautiful timber.
Oh, it's solid, isn't it? I
Yeah.
mean, it's light.
Solid and light, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. I can just hold that up with one hand.
I'll have to get it out of the water, but it was, so, and I've opened this canopy up. That was over there, you just couldn't see. So there's always a lot of work open. And you can see all the dead wood through there. I'm lucky I've got a little 10-inch chainsaw. It's a beautiful little chainsaw. That's the black one again. This is Asper. This is the one you see used on a lot of the scaffolding throughout Asia. And I've got a cultivar of this, which I was always disappointed in. This is very vigorous too. I've been looking at this guy and saying, wow. And his name is Levi, so Leviathan. He's a pretty bloody, and you can see getting some fat culms in here. So this is obviously a really good structural one. Yeah. Look at the straightness of these.
And look, how far under the ground do these go?
Well, they don't go far. They're like a ball root.
Right.
Right. So what happens is, I told you in 17 we had all that rain, and that guy there, he tilted with the wind, and this guy here tilted with the wind. So you can see the edge. So it's a ball root. It's not, but it's just incredibly dense. Yeah. So I'm not sure how far out from it, but I wouldn't say any more than a metre. But it's just such a dense, and it's probably a metre down.
Oh, these are West Indian limes you've said.
These are the best limes, West Indian. Why I like them is if you buy the other one, they're usually a graft onto a rough lemon, and you end up with it. You end up with a rough lemon.
Those right now?
No. This guy up here. I'll show you. I'll get him down for you.
Oh, you see yellow.
Yeah, they've got to go yellow, and they're ripe when they're yellow.
Okay.
So there you go.
I'll
you can put that in your gym.
Thanks. Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And these are 30 years old.
The limes are 30 years old.
And they're susceptible to white ants, but if you keep pumping the water in, they keep growing. Okay. So that's why I like the West Indian.
So this is where you take the crop for the market?
Yeah. And I've got quite a few lime trees scattered around the place, and they basically flower all year round. Right, so you're always in crop.
This is a tamarind tree.
Yeah, this is actually 2 tamarind trees. I think that must have been a seedling grown next to it.
Yeah, so it's got like little frilly leaves, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's a legume again.
Yeah.
So legumes are very important in growing because they're the ones that take the nitrogen out of the air and put it back into the ground.
Okay. So like, where do they make the pulp from for the tamarind?
I'm looking for a seed for you, or a couple of seed pods. They're still quite young trees, you know, at 100 years old, they're an enormous sized tree. Kill him and I'll get it for you. See if I can get it. See, there's one up there. There's 2 there. See them?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Small, aren't they?
Yeah, well that's a small one. The one behind's a bit better.
Oh, here
we go. Here, look. Here we go.
Yep. So you make the tamarind paste out of those.
Yeah, and that's still it's not
ripe.
Not ripe. Yeah.
So wow.
And there'll be a seed with the thing inside.
They don't really smell, do they?
No. Oh, there's a few pods around.
Okay, so they're starting to come.
Yeah.
And they'll ripen as we go into the season.
And they'll crack, and then you can just chew them. They're beautiful. This is a gumbaja nut, and they're like a almond, but you have to know how to crack them. And there's a slight thing, and you whack them, and you've got a nut inside. They're beautiful. highly nutritious. I'm not sure. I was telling you about gubbins,
Yeah.
and gubbins is what's it called? Plum. I think coconut, billy goat plum. They call it in Kakadu, and it grows right across the north. And this is another one which has got a great potential to grow as a nut.
Food.
Yeah.
Wayne, thank you so much for your time. And I must say, this was actually the second shoot because I actually stuffed the first one up by wrecking the sound. So you've been so generous with your time. Let me come out again and shoot your wonderful garden, or botanical garden. So I'm going to call it Wayne's World. How
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that?
we've agreed on Wayne's World.
Yeah, I think it's fabulous.
Yeah, no,
And
that's
the
great.
knowledge you have and what you've done here, it's just incredible over those, what, 33 years?
33 years, yeah. We started with a flat patch, but I had great visions. You've got to be able to imagine things and use your imagination. So
Yeah, no, you've done a fabulous job, and Claire did too. Thanks so much, mate, and we'll see you in the markets. Actually, give you a plug at the markets. Best papaya in the Kimberley. You've got to taste it. And when the mangoes come in season, that'll be amazing.
Yeah.
And the jackfruit.
and the jackfruit, and the West Indian limes.
Of course, for all those holiday makers who come up here, it's gin and tonic time.
Yeah.
Or in the Corona beer.
Or the Corona beer. The Victorians love them. Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Thanks,
no
mate.
worries. Thank you very much.
Okay, cheers, Wayne.
Bye bye. Bye.